Hi everyone, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Daisy, I'm head of HR for Better Food. As you probably know, we've cancelled most of our face-to-face training due to the coronavirus pandemic. So what I'm doing instead is I'm doing these short little videos all around roughly 5 minutes each, just showing you a couple of hints and tips of things to do with training and coronavirus. So today I'm going to talk to you about customer service in the age of social distancing and pandemic stress. So we are all more stressed than ever. We're all going through collective trauma. It's a really difficult time for everybody. And unfortunately, that means that we have seen some of the worst in people over the last few months, although we have also seen some of the best. So how do we deal with a customer who is dismissive of our social distancing guidelines or who just generally becomes a bit more irate than usual? So my first tip is to be assertive. Not aggressive, but assertive. So you need to be firm and stand your ground, but you do have to remain polite and respectful at all times. Customers who become irate or distressed generally tend to expect you to match their energy levels, so they will expect you to retaliate and get upset. So if you break those expectations, then it is much easier to get them to calm down, because it stops that cycle going around in their head. If you've done any sort of customer service training with me before, you know exactly what I mean. If you're at the till, for example, and a customer is trying to lean around the screens or standing really close, then it is totally fine to ask them to step back. You will have markers now in front of the tills showing where the customer should stand, and it is more than fine to say, would you mind please stepping back to the marked area due to our social distancing guidance. Not a problem saying that at all. If it's because they want to pack their items, then you could offer to pack for them, or you can say that they can pack once you finish putting the transaction through, which is when you're going to have a chance to step back yourself. So there's lots of ways around that, but please don't be afraid to express that if you feel that a customer is too close to you or you feel uncomfortable. This always goes without saying, but if you're ever dealing with a customer who you are feeling uncomfortable dealing with, or you're feeling that you're not able to deal with the situation, then call a manager or supervisor straight away. It's totally fine to say, actually, do you know what, I'm going to step away from this. Somebody else needs to come and help me with this. Not a problem at all. If you are dealing with a customer who is getting irate or distressed, then it's really important that you ask them to express their needs. What is it that they want you to do? What is it that they want out of this interaction with you? It's not always going to be possible to give them what they want. For example, if they don't want to join the queue outside, that's not going to be possible unless they're an NHS worker, then I would just let them in. But if they're arguing about something like that, we're not going to be able to do it, call a manager or supervisor. But if it is something that we're able to do, once they've expressed that need, you then know what it is that they want. Or quite often, customer interactions can get more difficult when the customer isn't able to accurately express what it is that they want. They're just getting irate for a reason that we don't know. And because we can't read their minds, it's really important to ask them, what is it that you want me to do? Because that way you'll know whether or not it's going to be something that you can resolve. And if it's not something you can resolve, you can pass it on to somebody else. At the end of the day, we are all key workers here at Better Food, and we deserve to be treated with respect. I know and appreciate that is not always happening at the moment from a small minority of customers, which is why it's really important that if you are dealing with any aggressive customers, that you report it to the police, no matter the severity of the incident. As long as it's something that makes you feel uncomfortable and it is a level of aggression, please report it to the police. The more things we report, the more likely they are to work with us to increase police presence and deal with situations more quickly. I myself am trying to get in contact with our local beat teams to see if we can generally have a discussion about how they can support us at the moment, because we are key workers, and I'm aware that there is a heightened level of anxiety which is sort of exploding in little pockets of customers being difficult. Thank you so much again, everybody. Stay safe, look after yourselves, and always if you need anything, please contact me. You know where I am.